Hello and welcome back to TF1C, the Formula 1 chat. We're not here for Formula 1 this weekend though, we're here for Formula E, the best electric motorsport in the world. So it's vastly becoming, well, not as popular as Formula 1, but it's certainly growing more popular, Formula E.
Into season 8
and we're now heading to another new location, Jakarta. Should be an interesting one, just a single race this time, no double header. We're interested to see. New track.
Yeah, just over halfway now.
It's hard to predict, but we're going to give it a go. Genuinely, anyone could have some mental pace here.
Yeah.
We could see Mahindra get it spot on from the minute go, due to experience, and then bang, roll and pole. But, yeah, we're going to take a random punt at it. And, but I mean, we can roughly base off the championship order and stuff, but
Be interesting. Obviously, Berlin was a real turning point for the championship.
Vandoorne now leads, I believe.
Yes,
I should probably get that
Vandoorne on 111, Mortara on 99, Vergne on 95.
The problem is with Formula E is that there's too big a gap between every race.
Yeah.
Like, I've forgotten what happened last time out. And then when there is a race, there's 2 in each weekend. So you go, there's 16 races. When you think about it, that's 10 weekends across the year. So I do think they need to increase their calendar. Because they could get to 30 rounds if they're doing 2 a weekend. Which would then benefit them. Because they'd be doing more racing, but less travelling. Because they'd only need to use 15 weekends and they get 30 rounds out of it. So I think they need to grow the calendar a little bit to make it more yearly.
Yeah.
At the moment it's so sporadic. Like we don't have a single race in May.
No.
It's been a while. Anyway, Jakarta.
Should we do what we usually do? Go all the way up to the battles in quali?
Yes, sure. Do you want to run through your quali list
right.
first?
P22, as always, set a camera.
See, we've got set a camera in very different positions this week.
Okay.
Interesting to see.
21st Tickdom, 20th Gunter, Giovinazzi 19th, Cassidy 18th, Buemi 17th, 16th Turvey, 15th Askew, 14th Oliver Rowland, 13th Sam Bird, 12th Sims, 11th Dennis, 10th Evans, and 9th is Lucas de Grassi.
Interesting. P22, I have Eduardo Mortara. I think he often doesn't adjust well to new tracks. I think he'll bin it in practice and then not be able to take part in quali. He'll start from the back.
Last season, not at Jakarta, obviously.
Yeah. Where he just loses it in practice and then he's out of quali and that kind of ruins his weekend. I think that could be what stunts his championship push. Then P21 Giovinazzi, P20 Turvey, 19th is Bird, 18th is Sim, 17th is Gunter, 16th is Buemi. It's the same kind of people all at the bottom every week. Evans, a shock there, 15th. Tickton 14th, good result for him. Askew 13th, Rowland up in 12th, Cassidy a decent 11th, Dennis 10th, and Vandoorne just missing out. I think his quali group is very difficult. He's going to be in the odds.
He'll have Vergne, Vries, Lotterer, de Grassi, Dennis, Cassidy.
That's what I'm saying. And there's one man who you've put bottom who I think could challenge here. You may have noticed he's not in my... I've not mentioned him yet, so... all the Brazilians out there are buzzing.
P8, slowest of everyone in the duels, I've gone from Pascal Wehrlein. Porsche always do so well in quali and then do nothing in the race.
See, no, I think it's more of a...
Even though I say that and they got 1-2.
I was going to say, it's a weekend by weekend basis. One weekend, pole, fastest lap, 1-2. Next weekend, didn't even turn out for quali. We'll start from somewhere in the middle and do nothing.
Yeah.
So it's been such an up and down season. Verline a lot more consistent than Lotterer, though.
Definitely, because Lotterer just qualifies high and then just doesn't bother turning up for the race.
Just tries to brake check everyone.
Yeah.
PA, I have Lucas de Grassi. I think he could just make an error on his lap. And he'll lose out there.
Just missing out in P9. Okay, P7, I've got the championship leader, Stoffel Vandoorne.
Interesting. I even have him making the group.
Yeah,
the battle, sorry.
I still think P7's quite low for him. I just think, I don't know, he's going to struggle. New track, anything could happen. Anyone could be near the top.
Yeah, you saw in his first Formula E season, he really struggled to adapt, whereas others in their first season have flourished. And I think it is just getting used to tracks. But then you saw at Berlin here this year, he'd had a race there last year. He knew the track. He knew what he was doing. Got quite a comfortable victory. In terms of P7, I have Pascal Wehrlein. So you've got the German manufacturer, I've got a German driver. P6, who've you got?
P6, I've got Antonio Felix da Costa. Not a great season for da Costa by his standards.
No, but I think this weekend benefits him massively.
He sits P10 in the championship on 42 points. He's still a good 70 off Vandoorne, but it's Formula E, who knows?
I think this weekend suits him perfectly because he has nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Others are going to be like taking it kind of, well, not cautious, but erring on the side of caution.
Vandoorne won't
he can't afford to.
Costa can just go, I'm going to push hard. If I crash, I crash.
He can push hard all weekend, and then if he doesn't win, he doesn't win.
Yeah.
It's not like a huge problem. My P6 is Andre Lotterer. I think
Again,
just a decent result for Porsche.
Quality, not too great in the race. P5, I've got Robin Frijns.
Oh, jinx.
Had a very good
We
season.
always seem to have Frijns in the same spot, I swear.
Again, though, is that around that P5? He's been really consistent this season, and that is why he is P5.
I swear I've not seen him all year, and somehow he's in the championship fight.
I mean, he's P5 on 81 points. I mean, he got P2 in Monaco. I think he's just been picking up the podiums and the top five.
I think I fell asleep at Monaco, so that would explain why I didn't see.
He's just there. Like, I think in Berlin he ended up on the podium. Rome, he got a double podium.
I mean, we were there and I didn't even bloody know he was on the podium, so...
We took, go walk around to the podium and Frijns is standing there. I don't know how you got there.
Maybe some mental post-race penalties
have
happened.
He's been really consistent and gone under the radar, and I do think he's an outside shot for the championship.
Yeah, especially if he can continue his consistent form. Your P4, because I also was wrong for P5,
P4, I've got Edu Mortara.
I had him last.
After Diriyah, we thought he'd be one of the front runners.
I thought him and De Vries would have a good championship battle.
He is now second on 99 points.
He has turned up eventually.
I mean, he got a win and a podium, didn't he, in Berlin?
Yes.
Which has really turned his season around. Because he was quite low, and now, that's what I'm saying though, anyone can still win this because he just got to win the podium in a double header, and now he's second to the championship.
Yeah. My P4 is Jean-Eric Vergne, the highest, I'd say, of the proper, in the fight for the championship. There's a few drivers ahead of him in the top three that could make a charge with a good back half of the season, but they're not right up there yet.
Talking about consistency, Jeff is P3 in the championship and still has not won a race this year.
Yeah. Will this weekend be the one?
Who knows?
Who knows indeed. P3.
P3, I have got the man you've mentioned, Jean-Eric Vergne. Yeah, decent quality result for him. And are we looking to push on and hold on to the podium, maybe even a race win in the race?
Yeah, P3, I have Nyck de Vries. I think he'll go up against da Costa here, and da Costa will have a lot of pace, but that leaves then two to fight for the win. Da Costa versus Sette Camara. Yeah. Who've you got in your top two?
Lotterer and de Vries.
Ooh, interesting.
Which I think everyone knows what the result of that's going to be.
Andre Lotterer. Brake checks de Vries and then just goes up into the sunset.
I've got Andre Lotterer. I've got him beating. He'll beat Mortara in the semis because I think Mortara will make their error. And obviously then de Vries will beat Vergne, and then de Vries will annihilate Lotterer by about a second. Not a second, but yeah. De Vries on pole then after his race win in Berlin. It's kind of boosted his season again. I think if he can pick up good points here, he's right back in with a chance.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, I've got him P3, but for pole position, I have Antonio Felix da Costa just being out Sette Camara. I think Sette Camara is going to turn up this weekend and just boss it. I think he's going to have top both practice sessions. He's going to get top of his quali group. He'll absolutely ace his battles, and it will come to the battle for pole, and he'll Sette Camara it. It'll just be like going through the final corner, 9/10 up and decide just to spin for a laugh. I just so Sette Camara to throw it away after having so much pace. But I think he's going to show that actually he would be a good option for the McLaren FE team next season.
Yeah.
Which is believed he's linked to. I think that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because I think in good machinery,
he could be alright.
He could be up there in a good team. He could definitely fight.
A few less errors.
Yeah. Yeah, and working with the McLaren team, you've got more resources and funding and pressure. And we often see Sette Camara crack, but we
who knows.
Race 1 then, the only race of this weekend. Should we get into it?
Shall I go through my DNF?
I was going to say, let's run through DNFs.
First, Lotterer in P2, obviously in Lotterer fashion, doesn't get off the line. Mortara in P4 behind him, then goes into the back of him, and they're both out.
Drama.
They're both all right, by the way.
Big drama.
Both all right. But yeah, so Mortara, Lotta out. Then maybe a third into the race, I've got Askew just bidding it by himself. New driver to Formula E this year, new track. Feel like he's going to struggle. I mean, he's qualifying P15, which isn't that great. I can just see him making an error, going into a wall, and he's out. Cassidy, I've then got with mechanical problems. That's been his story of his season so far. I think he's retired about 3 times.
I thought it was a spec series, but apparently the Envision is just a ticking time bomb.
It doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And then I've got Bird and Rowland crashing. The 2 most chaotic drivers on the grid.
Yeah.
And I've got them qualifying next to each other on the grid.
Oh,
so I can see about halfway through,
Yeah.
Rowland behind Bird just gets bored and just sends it, and they smash into each other.
It's bored.
So that leads me all the way up to P17. Do you want to go through your DNF now?
Sure, I'll run up to the same place. DNF, I have Mortara obviously at the back. He is going to be very eager to make up positions, but he's going to make a mistake in turn 1, and he's going to take Giovinazzi out with him. I think Gio will be out on the spot, into a wall, crashed out. I think Mortara will have just broken his car so much it'll be pointless in him continuing. So he'll just kind of
like one of those bits where it's like flapping.
He's got no front section of the car. Yeah. One of the wheels is folded in, but he just manages to hobble it back to the pits. Yeah. Right. Then I've got Sam Bird. I think he'll just run to the back of Maxi Gunter. I think he'll just forget where his brakes are and have a little moment. But I do think this could be a weekend that Bird excels at. So could go either way.
So we've both put him crashing.
Yeah, obviously. But I think he's not got a lot to lose, and we know he can be very aggressive.
New track, Sam Bird just goes, I'm going to send it, and just see what happens.
Could do really well. Then I've got Dennis and Cassidy just coming together and
Cassidy's a terrible
season. Just Dennis more on misfortune.
Obviously, Dennis was up there in the championship last season. This year he's miles off.
If he hadn't just decided to put it in a wall and hand Vries the championship in Berlin, and what was quite a mental title. Huge crash. And then my P17 is Maxi Gunter.
Okay, are we just going to kind of just travel up to the top 10 then?
Sure.
Okay, P16, I've got Say Camera. Starting last, and he'll be the last of the classified drivers. Then P15, I've got his teammate Giovinazzi. Yeah, had a terrible start to Formula. He really is not.
Yeah, I don't really understand it. I thought Gio would crash it. I mean, I've put him P3 in my championship predictions. I think you put him up there. You put him P3 or 4. We both had him high.
I just don't understand. He's a Formula 1 driver. Should be absolutely smart. I guess the whole...
You've got to learn how to regen, but I do think he'll adapt.
Next season, I think he could be flying.
Maybe not next season. Maybe the season after.
He's a very good driver, and he's still obviously at the Ferrari Academy.
It'd be interesting to see if he actually gets a seat next season.
Yeah.
Because this current team aren't going to be a thing. Apparently, none of the teams are going to be a thing next season.
Pack it in.
Everyone's they're not packing it in. They're just splitting in half.
Yeah.
Like DS and Techeetah. How are they even doing that?
Yeah,
it's DS Penske now, isn't it? And then you've got the Techeetah team as a separate entity.
Then P14,
so strange.
I've got Daniel Ticktum. Decent result for him.
Yeah.
P13 Buemi, P12 Maxi Gunter, so a 12-13 for the BMW. No, not the BMW. Yeah, no, the Nissans.
Nissan.
P11 for Turvey.
Right.
So I've got the Neos in an 11-14. A bit like Rome, a load of chaos, and they fight like us in Rome. They found themselves in a P10, P11. I feel like there's chaos.
Rome, they got double points, didn't they? It was like
it's P9, 10.
8, 9 or 9, 10, something like that, wasn't it?
A 9 and a 10.
Yeah. Both in the points.
Yeah, I've just seen them not getting points, but still, just all the carnage. They just keep going in a straight line somehow and end up in decent positions.
The only time Turvey's been in a straight line all season. 16th, I've gone Buemi. 15th, I've also then gone Turvey. 14th is Sims. Askew 13th. I've put Vandoorne 12th.
Ooh, bad race for him.
Yes, tough one. And then Evans just outside the top 10. Another championship contender outside of the points.
Okay.
That'll leave 3 of them. Quite a mental weekend.
P10, it's the man we mentioned a few moments ago. Jake Dennis really struggled this year.
Point, I guess.
Grabs the point. All the chaos kicks off. He just kind of just stays around P10.
Yep. I have Daniel Ticktum getting a point. Love to see it. Good for Dan. P9 have you got?
P9, I've got Alex Sims. Very good weekend in Berlin.
Yeah.
I think he's going to build on that, get a few more points for the Mahindra team while Roland's putting it in walls. Yeah, I like Alex Sims. Good driver.
I have the fortune of the Mahindra drivers the other way around, actually. But we'll get on to Roland soon, maybe. Who knows? P9, I have Andre Lotterer.
You're not going to refuse to mention him, are you?
Yeah, no, we're not going to talk about who I've got in. Yeah.
P9 Lotterer.
P9 is, Andre Lotterer. I think he'll just have a chaotic race.
Yes.
Qualifying up in P6, drop back a little, bit of carnage. I don't know. I feel like he'll probably just hit someone at some point for a laugh.
P8, I've got Pascal Wehrlein maintaining his quali position, not really doing that much. Bit of a boring race for him.
Yeah. Also, another thing with Lotterer, I swear he always gets caught out by the attack mode.
Oh yeah.
He always seems to be either the first one to take it and then everyone else is ahead of him somehow, or he's the last one to take it and everyone else is ahead of him.
It's like
he just always seems to end up at the back of a
everyone
pack of
took it
cars.
after me, so I'm going to take it after everyone else, and then it doesn't work next race.
Or it just goes.
He never has any energy left at the end of the races either.
No.
Does he not realise he needs to regen more?
I don't think he realises what's going on after that. He's just like, we'll drive as fast as possible and see what happens. P8, I have Robin Freins. Tough position for him.
It's a bit low.
Bit of a drop back from the P5 grid spot I placed him in, but I think he'll take some decent points, especially with Vandoorne, Mortara and Evans all out of the points.
I've got the man who's mentioned there, Mitch Evans, P7. Decent weekend for the New Zealander.
Yeah, I had him down P11. So.
Yeah, a few more points, but he's still going to lose out on all his other championship rivals.
Yeah.
So maybe not a great weekend for Jaguar.
Yeah, fair enough. P7, I have Lucas de Grassi. I think an old head, an experienced head, could be what's needed here to quickly adjust to a new track, and I think he'll get. I think he'll do better than some of the front runners who aren't as experienced.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why he'll get solid to P7.
That's why I've put de Grassi P6.
Oh, fair enough. Nice.
Who's your P6?
My P6 is Oliver Rowland, as I mentioned. Mahindra driver having a good weekend. I think this is a Rowland type race where it's going to be about who can just knuckle down, get some good pace going from the start of the weekend, and then convert that into aggression in the race. And we know Ollie Rowland isn't scared to go, really go for it. I think he'll put his balls on the line, just send it down the inside of everyone. A classic Ollie Rowland performance.
Yeah.
P5.
P5. I've got Antonio Felix da Costa.
Oh, jinx.
Yeah, decent weekend for da Costa. Some more points, he needs them. Gain on a couple of drivers, but still lose out on the big championship players. I don't know.
He was my pole sitter, but I think, as we tend to see in Formula E, he'll get shuffled down through eventually in the race, because it always seems to happen that the leader...
So he will be leading from the start.
No, because they have to use more energy, and then eventually they have to calm down. I think he could get caught out on attack mode and get shuffled down the pack.
So we've both got him P5. P4, I've got the championship leader, Stoffel Vandoorne.
Oh.
Good, I think, again, more decent points for Vandoorne, but just missing out on the podium and losing out to the three drivers ahead of him who are all in the championship fight, so he'll probably be a bit annoyed at that.
Wow. Well, you've got Vandoorne 8 places higher than I've put him, because I've got Pascal Wehrlein, P4. Very good race for the Porsche driver.
Yeah.
Taking home some decent points there. Not exactly being successful on the points front, but he is 8th, Vandoorne, so he's not miles off the championship if he was to make a late push to this.
Okay, so
this
that
stage.
leaves me with a podium with De Vries, Freins, Vergne.
This leaves me with De Vries, Vergne, not Robin Freins, but Sergio Sette Camara. But the question is, who's won, Harry?
Shall I go for my podium?
Go on then.
P3, Robin Freins. Again, just an under-the-radar, consistent result from Freins. And then my race winner in Jakarta is Jean-Eric Vergne, getting his first win of the season and gaining points on the likes of Vandoorne and Freins and Evans and Mortara, getting himself right back up there. I mean, he is third, but obviously, pushing on more, gaining points, closing the gaps up, which then means I have reigning world champion Nyck de Vries in P2. Again, another solid result for him. He needs the points to get himself back up there. And I mean, he sits P6 in the championship, which is actually still quite decent. So he's still right back in this, especially if he does get a podium.
Can do it. Well, onto mine. You had him last, but I've got him first. Sergio Sette Camara, you are a winner in Formula E.
Yeah.
That's what, what's his face? Jack Nicholls, that's what he's going to say. Something along those lines. And it's Sergio Sette Camara comes over the line to win his first race in Formula E.
He hasn't scored a point yet this season.
And he's going to get 25 big ones
and Gio, the only
today.
To score points, and you've got him scoring points. I mean, that race win would put him up to P13 in the championship.
That's exactly what him and Dragon need
quite unlucky
to do a madness.
Yeah, Dragon on pointing though.
Big up Sette Camara. And then I've got De Vries P2 and Vergne third. But no one's going to care because everyone's going to be like, go on, Sette Camara. I think then he's going to put himself in a prime position for a McLaren seat. Yeah, after he crosses the line, he's going to just mess up then. I
mean, if my predictions are true, Vandoorne and Mercedes EQ will extend their gaps at the top of the championships quite massively, but Jean-Eric Vergne would jump Eden Mortara into P2. So
mine would put Vergne a point behind Vandoorne, with Vandoorne and Mortara not scoring, and then Evans would drop off, Vries would drop off, De Vries would go up to 5th.
I'd have De Vries all the way up to 4th.
Ooh. Oh wait, yeah, no, same here. He'd be joint with Evans.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because we've got him in the same position. So, Sette Camara to win the race. Will it happen? I don't know. Make sure to tell me in the comments below whether I am a genius or a muppet.
If Sette Camara wins, this video could go viral.
I hope it does. It better. That would be amazing. Imagine that's the reason we blow up on YouTube, because I predicted Sergio Sette Camara to win the race.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's very likely. It's definitely going to happen. But yeah, that's what we've got time for today. If you're excited for Jakarta, make sure to get involved in the comments below. If you're new around here, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and tell us who your favourite driver, or drivers, and teams and stuff is. If you're a biased Cheetah fan, you'll like him. Yeah. And if you want Sette Camara to win, make sure to tell me that in the comments, because I want to see some Sette Camara love. What a driver. Yeah. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.